Well, as is tradition, we've stopped in Goderich, Ontario for our final summer camping trip of the season, but it is almost like fall camping out here. It's cloudy, it's like 22 degrees, which isn't cold, but I'm in shorts and it's a little chilly, so it's been about a 2.5-hour drive, so we're going to run into Walmart. We forgot a few things, use the restroom, and then we'll head up to Point Farms. Well, we're all set up. So far the sun has actually come out to greet us, which is nice. It was getting really dreary when we were leaving Goderich. Did the scoop again here today, coming in on a bit of an arc, pulled through this way, backed the trailer in first attempt. Could have come in on the driver's side, but it's a very tight angle. By the time you come back this way and around, it would have been incredibly difficult to achieve that. So coming on the passenger side with the scoop actually worked. But yeah, never been in this site before at Point Farms. We're going to finish getting set up. We're actually going to try and set up our screen house and see if it'll fit over this table. We've already had a few yellow jackets flying around and a few mosquitoes. So anyway, welcome, and as always, thanks for joining us on this camping adventure. So we're all set up, even using our screen house. We haven't used that in ages. We might move the table in there. Some of the kids are hanging out with me outside under the awning. And we stopped by Walmart and got these Watson Ridge chicken burgers. They're actually not too bad. I don't know if every Walmart carries them, but they're nicer than, I think they're nicer than the Jane's chicken burgers. And I think they're even better than the Deli Express ones, which are actually on sale this week. So I'm just going to lightly grill these on a little portable barbecue. And then we got a little salad kit. Don't really want to be doing anything too fancy first night we get here. So we had planned to go down to the beach, not that there would have been much of a sunset, but just for the sake of it. But this is the radar right now. And some of the storms that roll off Lake Huron up this way can be pretty epic. So I'm just in the process of tidying up and getting things put away under the awning. And if it gets to be too bad, I actually will roll the awning up. Depends. We're up on a bluff here, about 200 feet above the lake. So we're a little bit sheltered, but sadly it does not look like we're going to have a fire. I don't want to start a fire now and then have the storm roll in and just pour water all over it and put it out. So I'm going to hold down the fort and see what happens. Maybe if the storm is quick we can have a fire after, but we may just have to have a bigger one tomorrow instead. So these things happen. August, the weather can be pretty moody. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, perseverance pays off. I'm sorry about the terrible video quality. My phone's dead right now and I'm borrowing my teenage daughter's cell phone, and it's kind of old. But I did my usual trick. You can't really see it, but I put my tarp over the fire pit again. Not tarp, sorry, poncho. Put that over the fire pit again. Pinched it underneath the grill there. And the storm rolled through. It rained not too bad, not a lot of wind. And then as soon as things eased off, I came out, split some wood down, and of course had a bone dry fire pit, and now I've got a nice little fire going. Nothing too drastic, but it's just the principle of it that I don't want to be, coming camping. Sorry, I'm getting bitten by a mosquito. I didn't want to come camping and not have some kind of fire, even if it was just brief. So, but yes, I think I may have to go get a little bit of bug spray on, because there's things flying around trying to eat me. Don't know that we'll be doing a walk later. Nope, keep it down there. Camera can't see. Everybody's really exhausted. We've been getting over a bit of a cold lately. I've got a little bit of a cough left from it, and I'm just tired. It's currently about 9:30 or so, but look at it. Look how dark it is. Definitely can tell we're getting into the latter part of August. But yes, we will bring you back in the morning after we've hopefully had a really great night's sleep. We'll see you then. Good morning. When's breakfast going to be ready?
When you cook it.
It is a very sunny morning. What day is it today? Sunday, I think it is. It's weird showing up on a Saturday, but yes, it is Sunday morning, very sunny. Had a wonderful sleep last night, nice and cool in the trailer. The rain quit. Campsite's a little soggy. Here, I'll turn you around for a second. I wouldn't say soggy, actually, probably just a little bit damp. Had a nice fire last night, which you saw. Again, apologies for the poor footage last night. Got a bit of a conundrum for today that it's probably going to only get up to about 22, 23 degrees, and it could be a little drizzly later. Not exactly beach weather. And since the beach is really the main attraction of coming here in the summer, we're going to have to improvise a little bit. So we're going to have breakfast in the trailer here in a minute. Good old bacon, eggs, tomatoes, and beans as per usual. And then what I think we might actually do today is there are two really great little museums in Goderich. There's the Huron County Jail, or is it the Historic Huron County Jail? One of the two. We'll get the name right. We'll put it down below. And then there's the Huron County Museum. And again, if I've got that name wrong, I'll put that below. Two museums close together in the town of Goderich. I saw part of the Huron County Museum a long time ago when I was a little kid. But I've never actually walked through it, so you can actually get like a combo admission where you pay one price for admission to both locations. So maybe we'll check that out today. And then tomorrow, for our second full day, we're going to do something a little bit weird. Although we are camped here at Point Farms, we may drive down to Pinery Provincial Park because the trails there are great, as you've seen. There is the visitor center. We could do some fishing. Have a nice day down there, and then make our way back here for a campfire in the evening. It's about 45-50 minutes to go from Point Farms to Pinery, so not something we would ever usually do. We usually come here just to hang out at the beach, since it is, August, but we're getting like late September weather, so we will have to improvise. All right, we'll bring you back in a little bit later when we decide what exactly we are doing for our day today. Very important that you dispose of your garbage when you go camping using an appropriate container. Oh God, that hurts.
Remy, Bud, do you know what Jack's club?
How do you pull a rib muscle from crouching down? Ow.
Big red boat!
The Atlantic Huron. Oh, there's two. The Atlantic Huron. I think that was there when we were here last time. You will any second. Look out your window.
See the big red one?
Do you see them, Addie?
Yeah.
Oh, that was the one you were talking about. I see.
Maybe. Look how blue that water is.
There's people on the rocks. Parking enforcement. Yeah, like those people are swimming, but they must not realize that the water's posted.
No.
Oh wow, this is claustrophobic. Chained onto the ground. Can't see. Very cool.
Dad, get up there.
Yeah. It's like Shawshank Redemption in here. Victoria, well, future King Edward, and that's probably future George V in the background there. That's old. Very cool. And that is where we're camping. Very cool.
I don't know what's going to be up those twisty stairs.
So we're now outside in the courtyard, and this is where the last hanging took place here in 1911, a guy accused of murder. And that was, I guess, getting close to the end of the operations of the jail. But yes, he met his end on this ground in 1911. If we step back into the courtyard, we can look back at the jail. Beautiful day today, but not a place I'd want to be back then. Yikes. Different restraining devices and punishment devices. Or if you're weird enough, pleasure devices.
Mom, look at all this stuff. What?
I guess they introduced an electrical system for locking the cell doors because prior to that, this gentleman was killed. So this system was set up that he could look through this opening and make sure all the doors were shut, and he could control them remotely using something like that, I'm guessing. So we saw where the warden lived. This is where the jailers would have lived. Not quite as nice. Still better than a prison cell, though. Doctor's surgery with some of his gory looking tools.
It's like on fire.
Yes, that's a tumor screw.
Mommy, what is that?
That's a stove.
For cooking.
So we're on the top floor now, and I guess this was the courthouse. I think that's like an exercise yard type area, possibly. Size of the walls. Yeah, so the initial holding cells, if you were coming to court, were over here. This is where you would go before you went to trial. All right, next stop with the family admission, the Huron County Museum. Ooh, they got some tanks. What a gorgeous day.
That's what Dyke's dad used to ride.
Yeah. Things turning, and it's got all the little holes in it, and then the little teeth hit them and it makes the sound. You could spend hours and hours in this place. There's so much stuff to look at. It's incredible. Now we're getting into the really cool stuff. Anti-tank rifle. And a possible target. Buy me a victory bond. Yikes. Guess their minds weren't in the gutter back then. Old school television studio. CKNX TV. Romper room. I used to work in radio and TV, and the kids were teasing me, saying, "Hey, is this what you use when you're working in radio and TV?" A little bit before my time.
Why
1936.
is there two heads?
Guess if you have a museum about life, you got to include this, don't you? Okay, ready?
The Pole Express is about to stop.
You're terrible. Well, we just finished supper, and I literally just said to the kids, oh, we'll go for a drive down to the beach and see if we can see the rain coming in. And no sooner had I said that than the heavens opened up and you just heard the thunder. So, can't complain though. Great day going down to the jail and the museum. Shame we haven't really made it to the beach in August, for this trip anyway, but it is what it is. Put my cover over the fire pit again. And if things ease up a little bit later, maybe we'll have a fire. Sunset's, I don't know, a couple hours from now. But yes, Mother Nature has other plans. All I can say is it's moments like this I'm thankful I have a trailer. I would not want to be in a tent right now. Okay, so hopefully this person's not a subscriber, but my wife and I were walking out here to the beach. You saw the scene a moment ago, and as we were looking across the beach, we saw this black mound on the beach. Now, it's moving now, and you can see it has a face, because it is a person. It is a lady sitting in a chair. But we thought it was like a mound of trash or something that had caught on fire, so I actually sent my wife down there to take a look and figure out what it was, because from a distance it just looks like this indiscriminate blob. But then when you get closer, it's just some lady in a chair wrapped in like a giant poncho. Oh boy, maybe it's funnier for us. So yes, my wife has confirmed the water temperature is quite low. I felt bad earlier today. You saw that beautiful footage with that turquoisey blue water in Goderich. But maybe it wouldn't have been so good after all. But this is great. Storm rolls through, pours with rain, and now nature puts on a great show for us. Fingers crossed we can have a fire when we get back. But there is other weather coming. Whether or not it'll hit here, hard to say. So just a random little video, but my 5-year-old said she needed to go to the bathroom, and I was warning her about vault toilets. A rite of passage for anyone who's a camper, and I was trying to explain to her the concept of a vault toilet, and I was like, hold your breath, hold your breath. But I was surprised that here at Point Farms at this beach, it is a standard toilet that flushes, and there is no stinky smell. Now there are vault toilets at the campgrounds that smell horrendous, but yeah, no, nice flushing toilet and smells.
There's some orange stuff on the video.
Well, that's okay. But yeah, pleasantly surprised. Campfire number 2 for this trip, and again it is threatening to rain. We keep getting smatterings of rain moving through. Tomorrow is going to be even cooler, even more cloudy, greater chance of rain. And so as I shared earlier in the video, we're going to head down to Pinery Provincial Park. What I'm curious about is whether or not our camping pass or permit here at Point Farms will let us get into Pinery. Now back in the day it used to, but places like Pinery now have moved to pre-registered daily vehicle permits, and in most cases you got to pay for it. So it used to say back in the day when you used to get those yellow and pink slips, this is going back a ways, your permits, it would say right on the back that you could go to other parks. I think what we'll do is we'll call Pinery in the morning and see what that is. I know at places like Algonquin it explicitly states it on the website. I talked to ChatGPT and had it do some research, and the AI couldn't find anything definitive, so we will call Pinery in the morning and we'll update you on this. Even if we have to pay the 17 or $18 plus tax just to spend the day at Pinery, it will be worth it. because as you know, we love the trails, we love the fishing, we love the visitor center, etc., etc., etc. So, but anyway, that is the plan for tomorrow. So we will bring you back in morning of third day, day 2. Well, it was pouring with rain when we woke up today. This is our second full day here at Point Farms. Now we are blessed with some sunshine, but it is very windy. And we're going to head down to Pinery. My wife actually messaged them on Facebook, and they confirmed that yes, we can use our camping reservation for here to give us day use access at Pinery. So, best of both worlds. We'll bring you back when we're doing some fun stuff at Pinery.
You get it?
It's turtle hatching season at Pinery. Yet again, we've been skunked. There's all these nesting boxes everywhere, but no sign of babies. My wife's convinced it's a conspiracy and there's no such thing as baby turtles.
Yes, there is.
Is there really?
Under the dirt.
Oh,
The dirt is where they are.
maybe we just need to wait. So on the channel, on this same trail, I don't know, last year I think, there was all kinds of trimming and stuff going on and flags, and we weren't sure what it was, and we talked to the naturalists, and it was to do with this, which I think we shared on the channel. But this sign is new. This is the Cedar Trail, I think. I'll put the actual name on the bottom here because I'm having a moment. But yeah, little educational sign talking about prescribed fire and how that helps the natural environment here at Pinery. Great for the kids. Another sign, Ellie. Smokey says only you can prevent forest fires. Oh, it's to do with Laurier University. That's cool.
Yes, that's what the other one
What's
said.
that?
Oh, did it? Oh, I didn't notice that. My bad.
Look it.
Very cool.
Green. You want to fish?
Is fishing very tiring, Addie? Is it very tiring fishing?
Let's do
He's tiny.
Stop running. Slip. No running. This way.
Very stressing.
Right in the corner of this log down here. Addie. There's another one.
Do you see the big frog over here, Ellie? Okay, bye.
Randy found a big one.
What do you see?
We found one in the water. That's green. Over there.
Watch your hat, baby. Oh wow, he's enormous.
Is that moving?
Ramy found one too, but he's not as big as that one.
Ramy, come see the one that we found.
Bit of a car wash on the way back to Point Farms. I guess there won't be a sunset tonight, or we just won't see it. And we have returned to Point Farms, where the beach appears to be partially flooded. Must have been some crazy weather. We're going to have some ice cream. It's a little chilly, but whatever. Have a little bit of ice cream, and then we'll head back to camp for our final fire of this interesting adventure. Wow!
I have a problem with that. Like,
Because then I can also be here. There's them. And there's...
Never mind the children.
How's your campfire?
I don't know. This has been a very unpredictable trip. We started the fire, got it going really nice. I was sitting down to enjoy a nice bowl of soup with some bread, and this happened. I may not be able to sit here much longer. I'm getting slightly damp. There's enough moisture blowing in here. All right, we're experimenting here with a dual recording feature that's on my phone, although the camera is casting a shadow over my face, so I'm going to turn a little bit here. And anyway, you're probably more interested in the fire than you are in my face anyway, but persistence is key, as I keep saying this weekend. The rain has finally eased up now. You can see our cozy trailer over there. We threw everything underneath the awning. Not a gust of wind though in that rain, so it was perfectly fine to keep the awning out, keep it tilted. Threw on a couple of bigger logs. Yeah, you can't really see me too well, but that's all right. It's about 10 p.m. now, so probably won't add too much more wood to this fire. Getting into kind of quiet time now. But yes, the last campfire for the summer camping season, and the last campfire this year for Point Farms. So 2 trips this year, and this has been a good trip. Been a bit all over the place, but it's been a good trip. Did some stuff that was a little bit unusual for us, a little bit outside the norm. This was supposed to be a beach filled few days, and it ended up being anything but still great memories, great times, and it's important to be thankful. A lot of poor families here stuck in tents in this wet weather, and we've got this nice cozy secure trailer to stay in. But I think we'll leave it there, and we'll bring you back in the morning when it is sadly departure day. Nice breakfast in the morning, hopefully have a good sleep tonight, and then 2 to 2.5 hour journey back to home tomorrow. See you in the morning. Well, as is evident by my hair and the sunny weather, it is departure day, which means we are heading home today. I'm just getting some stuff tidied up outside. You can see that where the screen house was, I've taken that down and just packing things up, getting the hitch connected on the van. Let's turn you around. You can see that we are blessed with a sunny day today, which I don't want to complain about too much because it'll make packing up a little bit easier. Ground is still fairly damp. The fire, despite the fact we abandoned it completely, burned down last night, which is great. Very windy today though, gusting 45 kilometers an hour, but it's coming from the northwest, which should be behind us, which will make towing a lot easier. This trailer's about 10 feet high, gets really bad wind drag, so you don't want wind on the nose. It makes the vehicle struggle just a little bit to tow. Just gonna have some breakfast here in a minute and get cleaned up inside the camper, and then it'll be a 2.5-ish hour drive home. Get cleaned up and relatively unpacked at home, although having the camper in your own laneway means that you don't have to rush to do that, but you want to get like your freezer and your fridge emptied out, get your dirty laundry out, any garbage, odds and ends, and then back to work tomorrow. Next camping trip is not until Canadian Thanksgiving. For my US friends, that's around 10th or 11th of October when we have Thanksgiving. And as I've said a couple of times on the channel, the dog, our Great Dane Gracie, will be with us on that trip. And I'll be sleeping in a tent. My son offered to take my place in the tent, but I said, you know what, it'll make some interesting content for the channel. So anyway, hope you're enjoying what's remaining in the 2025 camping season. Maybe you'll be getting out in September, or not. My daughter is starting high school, my son's going into grade 11, and our second to youngest is going into senior kindergarten. So too many things going on in September to do camping, so we'll wait until October. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this montage, this unusual trip compilation. Please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please do subscribe, hit that bell button. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.